Okay, sorry, I reached the back of time. Something that was written for Empire Strikes Back that I think a lot of people don't realize. They think it was in Star Wars, but it wasn't. Is the Imperial March? Bum bum ba da ba dum ba da 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 dun 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 dun. And again, the rhythms are really interesting. Boom, boom, and all the full orchestra working together. The chords are not, simple or obvious. There's interesting things going on. It's epic and awesome. You've got Yoda's theme. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Really beautiful, and the part where he, makes the ship lift out of whatever the X-wing. I don't know what it's called. How can you be a true Star Wars fan? You don't even know the vehicle Luke has in Empire Strikes Back. Anyway, brings it out of the swamp. Right, it's epic. You've also got something I want to point out. It has some similarities to some music for E.T. With Yoda's theme. And again, I think this is sort of a pattern with composers going through a phase. Empire came out in 1980. E.T. came out in 1982. There are some similarities. Anyway, let's keep going. There's also Han Solo and the Princess, a sort of love theme. Da 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 na na. Yeah, really nice, and again, lots of other things happening, like with brass and strings, just a whole orchestra. Really nice little touches that make it not just a gorgeous theme, but like an amazing piece of music. Then you've also got some other epic things that are unique to Empire Strikes Back. Keep in mind, all of that, other than Leia's theme, that was all written for Empire Strikes Back. And all the Star Wars movies are on that level, and all John Williams movies are on that level. I might mention a few a bit later, but let's say there's also the race, or the sort of chase through the asteroid field. And then lots of little fidgety stuff, and then that's actually probably one of my favorite musical parts of a movie ever, and favorite parts of a movie ever just to watch. It's to me, it's transcending like what's possible. It's like breaking out of the screen, and you're just there, you're feeling it. It's like anything could happen. It's the most unbelievable, exciting kind of action that is just, I'm sure people can imagine stuff like that, but it's your wildest dreams come true, just crazy cool stuff happening. And I just feel like the music reflects that, this sort of, it just feels like it's going even higher. It's like, how could it possibly be even bigger or crazier? And it's just, and a lesser composer would compose something really generic that you would forget, or they would reuse the really nice music from Star Wars in the fight scenes there. Bum 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 bum. Which is awesome music, but we don't just reuse it, we write a brand new piece of music, because that's how good John Williams is. That's how he does things. He's amazing. So I think I've sold just another little thing. A lot of the pieces of music have the themes have alternate parts. So let's look at Imperial March. The da 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 da. Later there's da na na You know, that part is by itself really cool as well. It's like a little alternate thing before you come back to the march again. And there's a really nice part in Yoda's theme. Some of it, the melody I'm messing up, but and it keeps going. It's just ridiculous. Another example from another movie, because I just want to acknowledge how great John Williams is. It's ridiculous. Raiders of the Lost Ark, which I easily could have included in the list. I'm honestly not as familiar with it. That's the thing. I partially picked these Star Wars movies because I know for a fact they have so many different themes. There's so many parts. And I know that's true for a lot of other movies. But anyway, so Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is a good sign, by the way. Look at the Beatles. Their verses are just as good as their melodies. Their verses are better than most other songs' choruses. The verses and choruses is what I'm talking about. You know, most songs it's like, the chorus is sort of catchy, but the Beatles, the verse is good. Even the verse is exciting and like, this is awesome. And then the chorus is even more, you know, like, so it's just like with a lot of these things, I don't want to just go to ba, 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 ba. I want to hear the bum, bum, ba, just even the build up to the theme is exciting. And the same with Raiders of the Lost Ark, the bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, dum. It's like I hit the wrong note in my head. And then there's an alternate theme, which I'm pretty sure John Williams presented both of these themes as alternatives to I said John Williams, right? And I'm getting confused in my mind, to Steven Spielberg, who then said, he said, ¿Por qué no los dos? Why don't you have both? Apparently, well, I don't, whatever. But so the alternate theme is bum ba da bum ba da na na dun 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 dun. Different chord that time, by the way. I can't sing the chords. Oh, I guess maybe some people can. Dun 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 dun. It's just epic. And you know, that movie also has lots of other themes that are really gorgeous. Superman, I easily could have included. Anyway, but it's not just about. Oh, okay, and then the counting. Like that theme is ridiculous. It has like 4 or 5 things going on. And there's also, I didn't even notice until relatively recently, there's 2 different sort of parts. Like ba 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 ba, and there's also ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba, yep, ba ba, like the kind of, you just think of it, oh, that's Superman. You don't realize even necessarily that there's 2 different parts going on, and they just flow so well. And the yum bum ba dum da 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 yum bum ba dum dun 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 for Lex Luthor and the bad guys. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of other John Williams movies I could have picked, but anyway, number 3 was Empire Strikes Back. Number 2, this one, I think a lot of people wouldn't guess. This is a movie that it's the longest gap between a movie and its sequel ever that I know of. Maybe it's been overtaken, who knows. Let's see, it's probably a movie that I don't think many people would say, oh, it's crap necessarily, but people, it's like too scary for kids, and it's kind of, but for adults it's considered a kids movie. A lot of people would have memories of it gave them nightmares, I'm guessing. I remember when I was 5 years old, or about 5 or 6, I saw a trailer for it on TV in the morning, and it just blew me away. Like I was like, I have to see that, like, because it was going to be on TV, because it was made in 1985, so I, not when it was at the cinemas, but anyway, I was like, oh my god, it affected me. I wanted to see it, and so I got my mum to tape it and I watched it. Anyway, Return to Oz. I didn't even, is it someone Murch? Edward Walter Murch or Edward Murch? I'm probably getting it mixed up with the guy that painted the Scream. But anyway, the music is incredible. There's a reason I put this as number 2. It's legitimately could be my second favorite score ever written, and the second best music score for a movie ever written. This little movie, Return to Oz. The music's by David Shire. It won't be as complicated as some other things, but it's got really gorgeous melodies and really nice orchestral music as well. It's a bit like, let's see, what's it called? Peter the Wolf? Yeah, by Prokofiev. We've got, hang on. So Prokofiev also famously wrote Romeo and Juliet, or a certain thing. There's the March of the Knights. A lot of people know this piece. So I really like it. Bum ba-dum 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 bum ba-dum 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 whatever, I give up. But anyway, this piece, Peter and the Wolf, da 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 da. Anyway, it doesn't. Not even the melody is important. I really like it. I really like Prokofiev. Those are sort of two famous melodies I think most people would know, but not have any idea that Sergei Prokofiev. By the way, everyone in Russia's first name is Sergei, apparently. There's Eisenstein, Rachmaninoff, Prokofiev. Or at least that's 3. That's the rule of 3. Once you got 3, everyone. It's like, it happens all the time. It happened yesterday, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It happens all the time. Anyway, the point of that piece was that it's all strings. And each animal in that little story has an instrument associated with it. And it's a bit similar with Return to Oz. Each of the characters sort of has a piece, an instrument. So let's start with actually a couple of the main ones, like Dorothy. I think there's a couple, so I'm not sure exactly what theme, what does this theme exactly represent. But anyway, there's Dana, 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 Dana. I don't know if I'm quite getting the notes right. Dana, 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 Dana. And there's I can hear this other counter melody going at the same time, right? Much like, say, Leia's theme or a lot of John Williams stuff where there's a nice melody and there's something else going on. That just is really gorgeous. There's da 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 na na. It has some of the most, like, I'm the kind of person, I don't really get too hung up on, oh, this thing is so beautiful, and oh, isn't her voice lovely, and oh, the sound of it all, you know. But the violin in some of this music for Return of Oz is incredible, and it just makes me love the violin and just think, oh my god, the violin is such a beautiful instrument. And I never say that. you know, I never say that sort of thing. So that's how good it is. Then you've got the TikTok, the little army robot thing. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba bum 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 ba-da bum 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 bum. And the themes are just, yeah, really nice, really interesting. So it's kind of like, take Amelie, which has like, you know, 15 to 20 really nice piano pieces, and now maybe not as many, but you have 10 really gorgeous melodies, but with different instruments, and they're just, to me, they're just really nice. You've also got Jack the Pumpkinhead or whatever. I think that's what he is. What is it with pumpkin heads and like, I don't know, like you got the headless horseman. Even Halloween seems to be generally associated with pumpkins. I don't know why. And Jack, like, yeah, I'm thinking of The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like, is that a thing that there's people with pumpkin heads, or that kind of look, this tall but thin? Anyway, whatever. I probably should have mentioned, I could have picked The Nightmare Before Christmas for Danny Elfman, because it is just ridiculously good as well. I was tossed up between Batman and that one. That one is also a gorgeous score with really nice songs. But anyway, and even The Wizard of Oz, I could have mentioned. I've got to keep going. Anyway, sorry guys, I've got to keep moving. This one's kind of like clarinet or something. I don't know. I can't hum all of it. Some of it I'm finding a bit tricky. The range, or I'm just a bad singer. I really like the movie. This is a movie I would admit there's a nostalgia factor for me. I don't necessarily think it's a great film, but I like the acting. I actually think Fairuza Balk is one of the best that's one of the best child performances. Her in Return to Oz. She just seems to have, you know, she has the vulnerability and fragility of a little girl, like that's present, but she just seems kind of mature and smart for her age. And like there's an interesting part with Jack the Pumpkinhead, or Jack's, what is his, I think it's just Jack the Pumpkinhead. Does he have another name? I don't even know. He has an interesting voice, and the special effects are awesome, and I really like the story. I actually think it is a good movie. Maybe I should rewatch it and give it like an honest opinion. I think the biggest problem was finding an audience for it, because it was too scary for kids and maybe didn't completely appeal to a lot of adults, being this sort of weird fantasy with weird characters with no sex or, you know, over the top violence, you know, like no swearing, no sideways guns. But Jack Skellington, oh no, now that's the name of the character from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack the Pumpkinhead asks her, "Oh, can I call you Mum?" or something, and she's like, "Okay." It's kind of weird, but then it's like, yeah, she is ends up being motherly towards him, and I just think it works. Like that's my point. She has that maturity, and she's very self assured or autonomous or whatever. She's really helping herself get through the situation. Anyway, there's another, the Ragtime March is really awesome. Let me just think. So, and it's deliberately in sort of a ragtime style. I guess the movies were, I mean, the books were maybe written around the turn of the 20th century, I think. And then I guess this movie is set around that time, I think, because she lives on sort of a farm. You don't really see any modern technology. I guess it's hard to know, but yeah. Anyway, so the music's maybe set. Well, I guess ragtime, wasn't that more like the 20s, 1920s? I don't know when it existed. But anyway, you've got dun 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 dun, whatever. Ba 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 ba. I really like it. It's one of my favorite pieces of music. They're just really can cheer me up or just make me feel good or special. That movie, yeah, like I said, it had an effect on me. It's just fantasy, and just the music is so awesome. I just really think it is that good. Um, and also it uses sort of, sometimes it's played just as like a nice little delicate thing with a few instruments, piano, and then other times later with like a full orchestra as like a big celebratory thing. There's also some awesome music for the bad guys. There's a really cool special effects with rocks, and the music, I can't remember exactly, but it is really effective. And the Gnome King, there's some cool music. I'm trying to remember. Some cool stuff with organ. And really cool stuff when she approaches the doctor. I think there's some other themes. It's hard to sing. It's hard to do justice because it is. I keep thinking of the word gorgeous, like really lush orchestral parts, but also really beautiful instrumental things. That's why I included things like Donnie Darko and Amelie, because you don't need necessarily a full orchestra to make great music. It's beautiful and effective. Or like Halloween, I just feel like every note is there for a reason and works. And Return to Oz does that with, you know, these intimate instrumental parts, but then also full orchestra. So anyway, number 2 is Return to Oz. Number 1, it's the greatest score ever written, or certainly a really good one. Again, it's John Williams. Maybe I left stuff out. You can let me know if you've actually watched this whole thing. But this movie is a masterpiece. I think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. One of the best movies ever made. I don't know why I think it's a bit underrated. I think it deserves a higher reputation, a better reputation. Some people seem to think, oh, I didn't get it. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. Maybe you got to see it as a kid, you know? Yeah, I think it's dated. There's a 20th anniversary edition, which I think is terrible, where they added special effects, and it's just horrendous. So the movie is E.T. the Extra-terrestrial from 1982, directed by Steven Spielberg, one of his most personal movies, along with, say, Schindler's List, which also has a really nice music, a nice main theme, and a few other parts. That's also really nice music. I think maybe, again, like I said, dramas and certain genres don't tend to have as much variety. I think the music is really good for Schindler's List, but I think it's a movie, it doesn't have as much variety or complexity as some other pieces, even if it's very powerful and beautiful, and deeply moving and stuff, the movie and the music, but especially in combination. Anyway, I think E.T. is not a tour de France, but a tour de force of music. It is incredible. Again, let's go through some of the themes. There's the famous, well, actually, okay, so there's this sort of motif again. Da, da, na, 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 na. Da, 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 da. It comes up a lot. And it has a similarity. I was going to say Beethoven. I think Beethoven actually does use fifths a fair bit as well, but John Williams uses fifths a lot. If you think of like, hang on, I got to mention some of his other films because they're so good. Close Encounters. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I think it's so cool that they communicate with the aliens with all the music. Spoiler alert, by the way. Apparently, I think he came up with like 150 or so different variations that he played for Spielberg, and either Spielberg picked that one or John Williams picked it. I can't remember. I think Spielberg picked that one, but anyway, they ended up using that. It's very cool. But let's, like, the main theme of E.T. is gorgeous. The da na 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 na. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. It really feels like the orchestra is singing. A lot of the music in E.T. really just seems to be speaking, like just saying emotions, and just is so directly affecting, I find. There's another really beautiful guitar piece that's like da 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 na na. Wait, hang on. Something like bum bum da 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 da. Anyway, it's like a connection between Elliot and E.T., and they're sort of falling asleep at the same time and seemingly developing this connection where they're in sync with each other. Really nice music, and it gets used again a bit later when I think his brother sort of lies down in the room and looks at the flowers, just sort of hoping. Later on, that part really affects me. There's some parts. It's a really emotional movie, really powerful. I remember one time my aunt and cousin were visiting, and I don't think they especially, like movies or watch movies. I don't think it's the type of movie that would watch a lot. But the end of ET was on, last 20 minutes or so, and they just were glued to the screen. And I remember hearing about the last 15 minutes or so of ET is continuous music. A lot of movies, they have cues, and sometimes the cue is only 30 seconds, a little snippet of music to, enhance something here or there. You might have an action scene, it's 4 minutes of music. In a lot of movies, it's very bland, generic music that's not significant at all, unfortunately, in my opinion. All of this is in my opinion, by the way. But at the end of ET, it's epic and crazy. It's not just a few themes, it's again incidental music that's heightening every emotion and everything, and the finale music is just deeply affects me. I've had funny dreams where I was imagining that music, and it just changes my, it's like going to heaven or something, this different feeling, a mood of like peace or something. Okay, it's really powerful. But my point was they were completely drawn in, and they were anyway. And there's a story that they were trying to get the music in sync with the footage, and then eventually it just wasn't quite working, all the cues. So Spielberg said just turn off the screen, just play the music and feel it, and then they did a really nice recording, 15 minutes, and then they re-edited the ending to match the music. And I think that's highly respectful to the music itself, and just a really smart way to do it. Very cool, means the music has its own natural timing and power, and it is such an important part of it. I think the credits for the music by John Williams was sort of given a higher place than usual because of this respect that Spielberg had for that. It's such an important part of the movie. A bit similar to in Citizen Kane, I forget who, but the cinematographer, I think, was given higher credit than usual. In fact, I think it was shared with Orson Welles, directed by and cinematography by. For the movie Citizen Kane, right? Let's see, what else? There's, hang on. There's an early part where there's this sort of dark music. Da, na, na, da, da, na, da, 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 da. It's really hard to do. Da, na, na, da, da, na, da, na, da, na. Anyway, and there's some cool bits where E.T.'s breathing and just looking up at the trees, and just, some really weird sort of spacey music. I mean, John Williams did quite a few movies that are science fiction or space related, aliens and whatnot, involve aliens like Star Wars, Close Encounters, E.T. I'm trying to think, that might be it. Anyway, there's some just awesome climaxes in the movie as well. There's some other sort of motifs. Parts where it really builds up, and I remember making such a powerful mental note to myself when the movie finished. When I saw it, I think at my grandparents' house when I was like 7. That age comes to mind. I might have made that as like I'm 7 years old, and I don't know how reliable that stuff is. but when the credits started, I remember distinctly that it was purple credits, and that I was like, or maybe that's at the start has the purple credits. But anyway, I was like, I have to learn this music when I get older. I have to remember. The music instantly had such a powerful effect. No movie, the ending of a movie had affected me so powerfully. You've got Elliot looking up, sort of maybe a little bit of a tear on his eyes, and then he's got the red hood, or it's pulled down or whatever, and it's just he's looking after it's already gone. It's just Elliot, and then it flashes to black, just suddenly goes black, and the music has ended, this huge musical climax, and then on piano, just this solo piano, incredible thing that I just, yeah, deeply affected me. I really liked it, and people have to understand, E.T. is like so many themes and so many motifs put together. It's a consistent sound, and it's really gorgeous. The musicianship is excellent. It's never just one thing at a time. There's always, counter melodies that are beautiful and effective, and cool rhythms and things that are going, like near the start, bum ba dum bum 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 bum, or ba ba da ba 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 bum bum ba dum ba ba bum 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 ba da ba ba bum da 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 da. There's a lot of, again, incidental music, like specific musical parts and cues for things that happen, and they're just really, really good. It's really hard to imitate. That last 15 minutes is incredible, and again, it seems to break the barriers of like what notes are possible, like a bit like that thing from Empire Strikes Back, the asteroid. Da, na, 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 na. There's I don't know if it's worth trying. There's a part where it sort of builds up. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. Na 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 dun 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 na 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 dun 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 na 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 dun 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 na and just what it represents is like this, even if you feel sad or lonely, your parents have divorced, and you can still find someone. I feel like E.T. you can make connections with. I feel like I've already talked about this, like connections with Jesus or with like an invisible friend. A lot of kids develop that. It's just filling that role of like a connection, a strong personal connection. It's just really meaningful and mostly non-verbal. Just this something like that. Someone loves you or cares about you, or there's a connection. There's something special to life. There's something out there that's worthwhile, regardless of anything else going on Earth. Anyway, and just this, the ecstasy or joy of riding, a bicycle, flying through the air. I just think we have a society that's obsessed with things like drugs and, sexual things and extremes and getting off on various things and being cool and being up to date with all the newest technology. And I just think E.T. connects more with these like personal, like exciting fantasies that can happen. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just, I don't know. It affects you deeply and just makes you excited about life itself and being alive. I don't know. Just think it has a beautiful message. I really, really like it. Anyway. And I think it has one of the best scores ever written. I don't want to talk too much longer. So that's my top 10. I'll summarize. Halloween was number 10. Donnie Darko, number 9. And then Star Wars Episode 1, number 8. Snow White, number 7. Amélie Poulain, number 6. That's her last name, I think, Poulain. Inception, number 5. Batman, number 4. Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, number 3, and then Return to Oz and E.T. All of 10 of those are excellent. A lot of them, I mean, they represent a collection. All of John Williams, he's done so many, like the Harry Potter movies, the first 3 of them. What else? Jurassic Park, Hook is awesome. I mentioned Schindler's List, the Indiana Jones movies, Jaws. It's ridiculous, the collection. Superman. And yeah, I mean, there's many others I could have included. There's probably a lot of classic movies. Bernard Herrmann, I know, is really good. Elmer Bernstein, I like Ghostbusters. I actually think the music for that's really good. So there's definitely some other options. But like I said, I tried to sort of make this not too many movies where there's just a main theme that's really nice. Maybe there's a main theme, a love theme, and then the rest is sort of generic or alright. I wanted movies that are really epic. And these ones, there's 10. There's a lot of stuff you can listen to. Maybe Halloween's the one with the least amount, but if you watch the movie and pay attention to the music, it's incredible, very effective. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, I'll officially end this. If you actually watched this, thank you. I'd really appreciate what you think, what I left out. I don't know. There's no Randy Edelman, I know, or James Horner. A lot of them are not on this level of what these scores I picked up. I really think John Williams is one of the best composers ever. Or yeah, if you've got tips of like how I could film this or what's cool or bad, if you've got nothing positive to say, then maybe you don't need to say anything. But anyway, alright. Bye for now. See ya.